Hi, my
Hi, everybody.
friends. Yes, hi, my friends. This is Teresa Rose, known as the Firehouse Medium. Come on in. Let us know where you're coming from, where you're at on this beautiful Saturday. So, thank you for joining us in the afternoon. The sun is out and shining, at least where we're at. Right, Shauna?
It's beautiful here. It's wonderful.
Yeah. So, you guys come on in. For the people that are new that don't know me, again, my name is Teresa Rose, known as the Firehouse Medium, and people go, well, Teresa, why do you call yourself the Firehouse Medium? So real quickly, I'm a retired firefighter. I was injured, and 2 months later, my dad passed, and that's how I came into my abilities as working as a medium. So, but really, it's not about me today. I want to really kind of highlight Shauna. She's an amazing person. We've been friends for about 11 years now, and she started doing angel card readings about what 3 years ago.
About 3 years. Yeah,
3 years.
close to three
So,
years.
so, so, Shauna, tell us a little bit about yourself and how this got started for you.
Well, I am a teacher in the public school system, and when the pandemic hit, I found myself working from home, and I had a little extra time on my hands. And so I thought, well, it might be nice to pick up a little hobby. But I found that it was so much more than a hobby. I started getting all kinds of synchronicities that were happening like crazy. And also, my daughter and my husband were too. So we were getting all these signs from the universe that something was happening and couldn't quite figure it out. So, what happened after that is I went through kind of what I describe as an awakening, and I knew that there was something else out there. There was something more that I should be doing, something that was very meaningful and that could help others, because that's really always been my goal in life. And also, being a school teacher and working with kids.
Mm-hmm.
um, but I knew that I wanted to take it to a higher level, and I didn't know what it was. So I kind of began a journey. I did find a really excellent mentor who kind of guided me along and helped me to figure out what my spiritual gifts were. And that got me into reading angel cards.
Fantastic. And you
Yeah.
guys, she does a good job. She's read for me too. So, and she was telling me she was nervous. I don't know why. It's just me. No, you guys are gonna love her. She goes live on TikTok a lot too. And she has a lot of followers there on TikTok. So you can find her on TikTok. And where else can we find you, Shauna?
You could find me at mysticmoon.vip, and that's for very important people. So, real simple. I've got my website set up there, and then I'm also Mystic Moon 91 on TikTok. So,
Yes, you guys follow her on TikTok because she does live free readings on TikTok too, guys. So you can follow her there. So what's gonna happen today? You guys know, most of you, I see you in the chats. Thank you for being here. You guys know me. You know how I work as a medium. But what we're gonna do today is Shauna's gonna do. She's gonna pull cards for you guys. So I'm gonna be the moderator. Yes, she's gonna pull cards. I'm gonna be the moderator. So you guys get on here, ask your question, and I will pick somebody, and Shauna's going to do a read for you. If I feel like I'm drawn to you and something comes in for you while she's doing the read, I will chime in. But I really want to make this about her today and her readings. So, guys, post your questions. I got to put my readers on, and
no
I and
problem.
I will pick somebody. I will pick somebody.
All
So
right.
post your questions, and she'll pull cards for you and share this page, you guys. I want to get the word out for Shauna. She's an amazing, beautiful soul. So and she does really good work. She's very accurate. All right, so let me pick somebody here. Come on, guys, ask some questions.
Don't be shy.
Yeah, don't be shy.
We're here to help.
My sister says, "Nice glasses, sis." Thanks, Jen.
Oh, I've got my extra readers here, so don't even feel bad. Like the extra pair, like going blind here.
Yes, yes. You guys, if you guys have questions about your life, what's going on in your life, work, relationships, ask those kind of questions, and Shauna will tune in and pull cards for you guys. All right, I'm gonna go to hold on, let me see here. I'm going to now they're coming in fast.
Oh, that's how it goes. And they're like, me, me, me.
Um. So hold on, guys. I'm going to go to. Here we go. I pulled it up. I'm going to Caitlin Peretti, and Shauna. She wants to know: will I buy a house soon?
All right, Caitlin. You'll hear me repeating your name a lot so that I can connect with you. And I like to repeat the question also to kind of put it out there. Will I buy a house soon? Will Caitlin buy a house soon? All right, Caitlin, here we go. I'm going to pull a couple of cards for you, actually. So I'll read into your current energy, see if there's any stumbling blocks, any challenges that you might be facing, and then we'll look at a potential outcome. So wonderful. In your current energy, I see brilliant new ideas and inspirations, seeing the truth in a situation, but I dropped a card. Would you please excuse me? And it says off to a challenging start.
But that when that
So,
happens, that's spirit though. Like when you drop a
right.
card or a card falls out, that's you're meant to pick that up.
Yes. And it really went flying, as in I can't even find it. Oh, there it is. Oh, don't you just love live?
Oh
All
yeah,
right. Love being live.
it's okay. Be raw and real.
Thank you, because that's the real me dropping things. And but you're right, it is spirit. When a card goes flying like that, it means there's a lot of energy behind it. So it's not coincidence. So yeah, in your current energy, I do see that you're off to a challenging beginning, Caitlin, but don't be discouraged because I see a lot of ideas and a lot of energy and a new energy. So these new ideas are going to carry you through so that you can get the house that you want. So I want you to trust those new ideas. Um, I do see in the challenge situation, I do see that maybe you might be lacking a little bit of confidence. And I also see the need for seeking out professional advice. And I see the King of Air here, and he usually represents somebody who is very brilliant, professional, a very diplomatic person. He might come across as a little bit kind of cold, but it doesn't mean that he's a cold person, but he's really great at business and helping you to make some decisions. So I don't know if there's an older male figure in your life who might be able to help you. If you think that you know who that person is, go ahead and get advice. So I also see, well, this is no mystery here. You have a very complex decision. I see you having many choices to make, and that you really need to do your research. And I know that right now the housing market is terrible, and it's extremely difficult. So I wish you all the best. I see that you're losing sleep over this, Caitlin, and I know it's easier said than done to tell you to not worry. I don't want to make it sound so simple, but I can see that it's causing sleepless nights, and your expectations are kind of for the worst. And I can understand that with the housing market being the way it is right now. So ultimately, I see that you are going to get a house, but I do see that you should seek out professional advice. This might be a realtor who has got a lot of experience. And when I say that it's an older male person, it doesn't always mean a man per se, but it could also be a female person who has a masculine energy. So, and she says, yes, I am.
Yep, she's
Yeah,
validating that. So great,
great.
Caitlin. I was getting ready to say if you can validate what Shauna's saying, if you guys say yes in all caps or say yes, I understand. Whoever she's reading for, can I chime in on that too, real quick, Shauna?
Yeah,
Do you don't mind? So,
yeah,
Caitlin, so you guys know I work. I don't do angel cards. I connect right to your spirit guides and your loved ones. But what as Shauna was talking is I'm connecting with Caitlin, and this is really personal, Caitlin. And you can just say yes or no to me, dear. but they're making me feel like either you're working on your finances, and I also feel like the need to increase your credit score. That's how they're making me feel. I know that's personal. So if you understand that, Caitlin, can you just say yes in all caps? That's the feeling I'm getting. Is like that work needs to be done before you take. There's next steps that need to be taken. Does that make sense? So just so you could just say respond yes or no if you understand that. But Shauna, you have anything else for Caitlin?
That's about it. What's really standing out to me is that older male person or masculine energy in that figure, and seeking out the advice and assistance of that person.
Okay, awesome. Yes,
So,
she said yes. It's kind of like putting the cart before the horse. It's like, okay, there's like personal things I need to work on my end as far as like finances and credit score, and then it kind of like brings it together. And that's the feeling as you were talking, that's the feeling I was getting. So Caitlin, thank you so much for allowing us, both of us, to sit with you.
thanks, Caitlin.
All right, awesome job. Awesome job, Shauna. All right, on to the next person. Let's see, where are we gonna go? Who's it gonna be? I am going to. They're coming in so fast, and I want to hit somebody. It moves away. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Hold on. Um, this one really stuck out to me. Carolyn. Um, she says, What do the next 3 months look like for me? I'm really struggling with my faith right now."
All right, Carolyn, that's a really good question. Thank you so much. So I'm just going to take a few seconds here to connect with you. Carolyn, what do the next 3 months look like? I'm sorry that you're struggling with your faith, but I can assure you one thing is that you're going to figure it out. I know you will. And it's going to be big. I'm getting tingles right now. This is amazing. So Carolyn, it's none of my business. I won't ask you what your current faith is. Okay, that it doesn't matter to me. But you're going to come into your own here. You are going to be able to figure out what it is that you truly want spiritually, and you're going to learn how to connect spiritually without being connected to a particular organization per se. This is about your own personal spiritual development. I see that you're very earth-based. Now, what I mean by that is I do see that you're very much kind of worried about finances, your home situation. You might be struggling a little bit financially. You're worried about money and home. And that is perfectly natural. That is something that is very hard to, I can't just tell you, hey, don't worry about that. But I will tell you this, that it can impede your spirituality. It can slow down when you're very connected to material things in the material world. But I don't want to imply that you are a materialistic person whatsoever. All right. In your challenge position, I am seeing that you're worried about having a happy family life. So this card represents the epitome of family happiness, and it's something that's on your mind. There's something going on with your children, your home situation. Things maybe are kind of a little shaken up right now. And you're going to get past that. This is a temporary situation. You wanted to know what the next 3 months look like. Things are definitely going to work themselves out within the next 3 months. And I think part of your spiritual struggle is because you are worried about a lot of these material, and it's material needs. Like I said, it's not you being a materialistic person. It's about your basic needs being met. I do have the Archangel Michael. Woohoo! He's so awesome. I want you to call him. Michael is just the most wonderful being. And he also represents, in this particular reading, he's representing organization and logic. He's also a very strong figure. He wants to help to lead the way for you. He wants you to be more structured and disciplined in the way that you're going about the things that are dealing, with the earthly, the worries that you have that are going on here on earth. All right, I'm going to pull another card for you because I want to pull a card that relates a little more to your spirituality, because these cards, like I said, they're very earth-based, very much in the physical. You are going to need to defend your beliefs and decisions. Beliefs and decisions. Now, this has a lot to do with you know exactly what it is that you want to believe in, but you might be struggling with what I like to call traditional organizations, or maybe even traditional religion. I would like to encourage you to just kind of follow your heart, follow the path that you are being led on. Call out to Archangel Michael. He is going to help you along that path. And if there's anything that you feel that you have to leave behind, you're going to be okay. All right. We call that cognitive dissonance. You grew up learning one way, and now you're coming into another way of thinking and believing in your spirituality and your faith journey. And the two will kind of go, and then you'll be like all shook up. Okay, that's going to happen. You're going to feel a little shook up for a while.
You know what, Shana, I'm going to say something that, because you're thinking exactly what I was feeling, is like Carolyn, like things are going to look like they're going to be worse before they get better, but it's really all a blessing. It's a really like an upheaval. It's like like an inside out change. It's like a hot flash. It's inside out. So
yes.
It's like it feels like your life is falling apart, but really it's actually the things that aren't serving you is falling away to allow new things and new opportunities to come into your life. That's the feeling I'm getting as I'm connecting to Carolyn and as you're talking, Shana.
Yes. Carolyn, were you able to relate to that? Did that resonate with you?
Yeah, and you can just say yes in all caps, would you, if you would, please. And you guys, can we send? You guys, I'm about love. You guys know me, so let's send Carolyn some love,
yes.
Okay? And some, because once we send that energy out, she'll get it, and she says yes.
Thanks, Carolyn.
Yes, thank you so much, Carolyn. So we leave our love with you. All right, on to the next. You guys are awesome. There's like a lot of questions.
Oh boy.
All right, hang on. Let me scroll up here. Let's go to Margaret. What does the rest of the year look like for me?
All right. Hi, Margaret. Thanks for being here. All right. What does the rest of the year look like for Margaret? All right. Let's see. I'm going to look into your current energy.
Can I say something as you're tuning in?
Yes.
Margaret, absolutely. Are you looking for a house? Is there going to be a house change or a movement or moving? Because that's the first feeling I got. And if you could say, if you guys understand, or if you understand that, Margaret, just say yes in all caps. And then take it away, Shana.
All right. All right. I got some cards flying at me here. Okay. This is interesting. I see, Margaret, I see that you've got a lot going on in your life, and it's almost like it's too much. You're feeling kind of overwhelmed. Events are happening at a fast pace. It's just too much going on. It's kind of like this, and then I also see that in your emotional self, you have a sense of disappointment. Something has not turned out the way that you had hoped. And you're kind of hurt. You're hurt and you're disappointed. And I'm really sorry for that, Margaret. That puts you in a difficult situation right now with a lot of stressful things going on, and the combination of that emotional disappointment. But that's never fear, because the future shows some really good stuff. And I see in your near future that your wishes are coming true. And this card is so beautiful. Concerns fade away and you will develop a love of life. So you are going to make a transition. But, you know, transitions can be hard, and trying to learn how to slow down. And I know that's also easier said than done, but it looks like you just have so much going on. And at some point, you might have to set up some boundaries, and you might have to say no to some people that you've just got too much going on. You need to take a little bit of time to heal. I also have this another wonderful card about falling in love or the resurgence of a relationship. So, and this could also mean, and it's written right there on the card, a new home. So I see all
We
this
just said that.
a new home, and it's
We
right on the
did. We did.
card.
I said she's moving or there's going to be a move. And she
Yeah,
said yes.
yeah, that's so awesome. So, so Margaret, like I said, it's easier said than done to just kind of change your current situation, and you know, you just need to relax and you know, but I do want you to know that things will change. You might have to do, you know, you kind of have to do your part by setting up boundaries. And if it's at all within your ability to kind of slow down a little bit, please try to do that. But then in your near future, it's just looking fantastic. I see emotional fulfillment, emotional happiness, and spiritual fulfillment as well. So yeah,
Fantastic. And then real quick, I'm gonna chime in again. Margaret, I also feel there's a difficulty in a relationship. Your loved ones are making me feel there's a difficulty in a relationship. And what I mean by that, it doesn't necessarily mean like a romantic relationship. So there's a relationship in your life, whether it's a parent, son, daughter, friend, there's a difficult relationship that you're having a hard time making a decision. That's how I feel. Um, and Shauna, I don't know if you could pull another card like for
yeah,
that situation, but
sure.
that's what I'm feeling for her. Um, and also not trusting in yourself. So Margaret, they're making me feel like you are not trusting in yourself. So it's in other words, go with the flow. My big word, flow. Go with
Yeah.
the flow, right? And sometimes it's easier said than done.
And
But
going with
that's where surrender comes in.
going with the flow is such an appropriate way to describe this too, because I see a lot of water cards, and that has all to do with the flow of emotions. And this kind of confirms what Teresa just said. This card has to do with thinking about memories from your childhood. It can also have to do with children and family, and you're looking back on the past, and it's very emotional.
Yeah.
So absolutely, that has to do with issues regarding family and children.
Yeah. And Margaret, if you could connect with what we just said, just say yes in all caps. So we could validate that. Um, I just feel like there's a difficult relationship.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. I got that with this Five of Water card, emotional
Yeah.
difficulty. Yeah.
So as we'll wait to hear back from Margaret, but again, she said yes. Thank you so much. Yes.
But things will
So
get better.
again, you guys, let's send Margaret some love, and we're going to move on to the next question. So thank you again,
All right.
Margaret, dear. All right,
Thank
next
you.
question. Are you doing okay, Shauna?
I'm doing great. I'm fine.
Um. Oh, here's a good one. Here's Pamela. I'm desperately needing to know if I'm wasting my time with my current relationship.
All right, Pamela. Let's see what the cards have to say. Oh, that card went flying. Had a jumper there.
You like flying cards, you guys. That's a good sign.
It is a good sign.
Spirits in the house.
Yeah, and I can see in your current energy that you're experiencing a lot of sadness, and you're really up in your head right now, Pamela. Like your thoughts are just swirling around you. It's affecting your sleep. You've actually been losing sleep over this, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that. In your challenge position, I do see a young male figure, And he may be an earth sign. He could be a Capricorn. He could be a Taurus or a Virgo, possibly, or he might have a lot of that in his chart. He's a very earth-based energy. So, but I think that he is representing the challenge here in your current relationship. And I'm going to pull another card that's going to represent the two of you together, the relationship.
Can I say something real quick, Shauna?
Yes,
While it's
absolutely.
here, Pamela, what I'm picking up on you, dear, as Shauna's talking, is they're making me feel like your past is affecting your current relationship. And I'm talking like maybe not the recent past relationship, but maybe even like 1, 2, or 3 relationships before that. And it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It's like there's trauma there. That's the feeling they're giving me.
I just got that with this card too, Teresa. And Pamela, I had pulled this card previously too, but I promise I shuffled the deck thoroughly. But I do see an emotional upset here, things not turning out the way that you hoped. And it's difficult for you to see the positive in the situation because there's not a lot that's I'm sorry to say this. It's just not a good situation, Pamela. And so to answer your question, it's time to move on. And I do see now here's the good news that I did get this card. The Two of Fire represents forming a new partnership and continuing to move forward. And it's even written there on the card. And the fire sign has to do with passion. So there's something really good waiting for you, Pamela. And I'm sorry for everything that you're going through. You'll need to take some time to heal. But I definitely see new partnerships moving forward.
Yeah. And you know, I do too. And I feel like November is going to be important, like right around the time of November for Pamela, because I keep seeing the month of November.
Very nice.
And I also, again, this is personal. Again, Pamela, you could just say yes or no. But I don't know if you're dealing within your family or in the past, but I feel like there's an addiction or alcohol or there's something with that. I feel like it's a trigger. So again, we don't want to get into detail, but you could just say yes or no. And Shauna, you have anything else for her?
That's about it. Sit tight, hang in there. And I know it's hard, but it's time to move on. And but you're going to be okay, Pamela. I promise.
Yes. So she just said validated. She said yes. So again, guys, let's send Pamela some love, and we'll move on to the next question.
Thanks, Pamela.
Yes, thank you, Pamela. Let's see. You doing all right, Shauna?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Who are we going to go to? There's a lot of relationship questions.
Yeah, I get a lot of those.
A lot.
And I'm happy to answer them. Relationships are hard. Even good relationships are hard.
All relationships, you know what? It takes work. All relationships are work. Like you said, even good ones. All right.
Right.
All right, hold on, guys. You guys are coming in so fast.
That's great. Okay. Everybody's excited.
All right, here's a go for Tammy. Have I disappointed my dad with caring for my mom?
Okay, Tammy. Thanks for your question. I'm going to start choosing cards here. I shouldn't say I choose the cards. They kind of choose you. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Has Tammy disappointed her dad in caring for her mom?
And can I, as you're shuffling, can I expand on that?
Yeah.
So, if you're talking from the spirit side, you know, like dad's and spirit side of life, I could promise you guys, your loved ones will never be disappointed in you. It's not like, well, it's not human. They don't have the ego that we have here. And they know exactly what we do and why we do what we do. And they will never come through and point fingers or they're disappointed. It's never like that. You have to do at the end of the day what's best for you because you cannot give what you don't have.
Those are good words. All right. And I do see in your current situation, Tammy, that you've had to make a decision and where you came to a stalemate, where you're kind of like this, and you're having to choose this or that, this or that. And so I can clearly see that that was very difficult for you, like having to choose your mom or your dad. Oh, another jumper here. This blew out. And I've got the Archangel Michael again. And in this particular reading, though, I'm seeing Archangel Michael as kind of a fatherly figure. And I'm also kind of getting maybe an Aries energy or a fire sign. I don't know if your dad was an Aries or a fire sign. Very organized, a very logical person, very disciplined. And I don't sense any disappointment. Yes. Okay, Tammy, I don't know if that was a yes for your dad was an Aries.
No, I think that was a yes for
you.
if Tammy, if you understand what Shauna just said, just say yes in all caps and then I'll post that up for you, Shauna.
Great. All right. I also see that you are kind of like at a standstill and you are hanging and you're waiting for something. And if you can almost imagine somebody like hanging in traditional tarot, there's an image where it's a man hanging by one foot upside down from a tree. Okay. And he's hanging there and he's waiting and he's pretty miserable too, because he's hanging upside down. But I want you to know that you can easily loose yourself from that. You know, if you feel like you're playing a waiting game, there's no need to do that. Okay, this is just unnecessary. It did, however, allow you to see things from a different perspective. And she says yes.
Yes, she did. I was going to tell you. I was waiting for you. Yes, she
Okay,
validated what you said. Yes, Aries. Us Aries. I love Aries. I'm an Aries.
You're an Aries too. That's so awesome. Aries are so fiery and passionate and all of the good things. And
us Aries aren't so bad.
No, you're not. No, I know y'all can have a temper though. Aries can definitely have a bit of a temper, and that's okay. But okay, so Tammy, I see the 3 of Earth. Now, what I'm seeing in this card when I see the number 3, it's like you and your mom and your dad coming all together. Okay, there is no disappointment. Now, mediumship is not quite my thing, okay? But I will say this, that I do believe that your dad is trying to tell you that this is like teamwork and being a team player. You're still a family and you're all a family, even despite whatever went on between your mom and your dad. He is acknowledging that you have his support in whatever it is that you did to help your mother, okay? And I'm getting that very strongly.
Yes, and also Tammy, I feel for you. There's something with a new job because he's making me feel talk about new job, new career, new job, or going down a new road, career wise. Again, if you could understand what Shauna and I just said, just say yes in all caps. And anything else for her, Shauna?
That's about it. I just I want Tammy to know that her dad fully supports her.
Absolutely.
And he still sees all of you as a family unit. So
yes.
Go in peace. Let that lighten your load.
Yeah, she said yes. And guy, again, I can't stress enough, you guys, your loved ones on spirit side, they are with you, they are around you, they support. They will never come through and finger point and say you're disappointing me, you're doing this. It's not like that. Matter of fact, it's the opposite. They want to come through and they want to uplift you and guide you, and they know what we do and why we do the things we do here. We're complex creatures here, us humans. We all have stuff.
Yeah.
We all have stuff. We have our pain wall. We have pain. We have hurts, and we all have stuff. And it's not our job. We can't fix it. And that's something I need to learn myself. and we want to fix it and make it better, but we can't. We can't always do that. So hopefully that lightens the load for you, Tammy. Like taking that, like you just can't fix everything. But there is a new job or career coming up because that's how he's making me feel. So if you understand what we just said, Tammy, just say yes in all caps, and we send you love.
Thanks, Tammy.
Let's see, where are we going? Let's go to Esther. Will I ever find my soulmate and get married? Oh, sorry. Hold on. Tammy got a promotion, so yes.
Oh,
See?
yay.
Yay! Congratulations.
Wonderful.
All right.
Hi, Esther. Thanks for being here. So will Esther find her soulmate and get married? Ooh. All right. I see that you have a desire to move on from whatever that last relationship was. I'm really getting that energy. I also see that you're leaving behind a lot of emotions. It's hard for you to move on because you had a history with someone, and you can't just easily forget about that person. But I see you wanting to move on. This is not telling me, oh, you should move on. I see that you are wanting to move on. I also see a lot of spiritual and emotional growth for you. I also see this Queen of Fire energy. I love this. This is another card that is an Aries energy. Esther, I don't know if you are an Aries or not, but I love the Queen of Fire. I mean, look at her. This woman can do anything. She's beautiful. She's passionate. The Queen of Fire, she knows how to get things done. She's really creative. She's even kind of sexy too. She's got that energy about her, and that just adds to it, right? So Esther, I want you to tap into that because you've got that energy in you, and this is just dying to come out right here. All right. And if you don't see yourself like that, that's okay. We don't see ourselves the way that others see us. You're a Taurus. All right. Well, you might have some fire in your astrological chart. You know what I'm saying?
Those Tauruses. We love our Tauruses.
Yes. Tauruses are so earthy and very grounded. I also see that, well, this is tying in again with that first card with the Eight of Water, which is indicating to me a desire to move on. I'm also sensing a great deal of sadness, and this might have been from, the ending of your last relationship. Sometimes this card can also indicate grief from a loss. And so I see that you're healing from a lot. And now the next card that I'm going to pull is going to be more like your near future energy. All right. So hang in there, Esther. And I see you've been through a lot. I see that you will be rewarded. I also see you possibly taking some kind of classes, like some kind of either, oh, you lost, but I'm sorry, Esther. I'm sorry for that. Yeah, that definitely came up in the reading for sure. I see you studying and possibly not necessarily going back to school in the traditional sense, but taking some kind of a self-improvement class or some kind of a class, like you're learning something new, Esther. And this is going to help you because it'll help to get you out of the house, get you out amongst people, and that'll give you an opportunity to meet that person.
You nailed it, Shana. Nailed it. I was waiting till you were done. And Esther, I was also getting the feeling like you want a soulmate, you want to get married, you want it, but yet you have to take inspired action. And what I mean by that is like tune in. So if you're not meditating, start meditating and start following your guidance and get out, and you'll start meeting the right people. But you have to get out to meet the right people, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that is so true. And in your near future, I've got the magician card, which is so great because it's about manifesting. And Esther, if you're not familiar with manifestation and what that means and all that goes into it, or maybe you are familiar, you can manifest this new relationship. Yes, because I only work or sit. Oh, see, there you go. Yeah, yeah. So,
Phenomenal, Shauna. Phenomenal job, Shauna.
oh, thanks. So, and Teresa, you're doing a great job yourself. And isn't Teresa doing an awesome job? This is one, we work well together, don't we? This is going great. And Esther, I'm still with you. Okay. I want you to know that you're ready and you have the resources and the ability to manifest them. And if you, like I said, if you don't know about manifestation, it is, oh yeah, it is scary to meet new people. It sure is. And getting yourself out there is hard. But what I'm seeing is that you're taking some kind of a class
Mm-hmm.
and that you're going to meet people and you're going to get yourself out there by taking some kind of a class. It could even be something as simple as, those wine and painting kind of things where you go out and you're doing like the canvas, what do they call it, wine and canvas or
Wine and canvas, yes.
yeah,
It
yeah,
started doing, yeah, it start even, and you know what I'm feeling for, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Sean. I am so sorry. You know what I also I'm feeling for her? I don't know if books or bookstores, because that's the feeling I'm getting as I'm connecting is like you're talking about like education and I'm seeing books or bookstores. So
well, that's also
um
in this card. See that little stack of books right
oh
there?
my
You
gosh.
probably didn't see that before, but it's right there.
I love it. I love
Oh
it.
goodness, yes. So Esther, it is about manifesting, and that's a whole topic unto itself, and you can do a lot of research and learning about that. I just want to encourage you to learn about manifesting because it's wonderful and it'll work for you.
Yeah, she says she loves
Great.
to read. I do have to say though, Esther, I'm gonna be brutally honest here. I don't feel like dating sites is your thing. I don't feel like you're gonna meet your person on a dating site. Um, and there's referencing, this is interesting. The referencing, your loved ones are referencing horses. So I don't know if there's a connection to horses or animals, horses. But
Interesting.
getting, did you pull that card?
That was already, I already pulled it. I don't know that I ever showed it on the screen, but there's horses there.
Oh my God. Well, what's the card say?
Well, this is the card that kind of represents that she experienced some kind of a loss, and it does indicate some sadness there. And I see the three people, like two parents and a child. So, but the horses could also, well, like it ties in with what you're seeing, Teresa.
Yeah. Oh, her sister. My sister loves horses.
Oh, okay,
And
great.
again, it's just another way to validate because see,
Yeah,
I'm connecting to your loved ones, so what they tell me, they could also be it's in the family. So like how I read and
yeah,
how Shauna reads are completely different, and there's no right or wrong way. No one's better than the other. It's just how we get our information. So, but Esther, it's like you need to trust in yourself and you got to put yourself out there. And I know it's scary, but if you're wanting that soulmate and you're wanting to eventually get married, you have to take that step.
yeah, and it's hard, but you can
You could
do it,
do
Esther.
you could do it. Just do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Esther. We leave our love with you there, dear. Okay. All right. On to the next question. How you doing, Shauna? You doing good?
I'm doing great.
Let's see. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to. It's a reading that scrolls up too fast.
Yeah, yeah.
um. Let's see. Christine. Will my son change his life for the better, for good? And that's kind of a tough question, Shauna. And what I mean by that is because we have our own free will, right?
Yeah,
And we
for
can't
sure.
make somebody do something. We can't make them change. We could guide them. but we can't make them change. Ultimately, that's up to them.
Yeah. Well, I will pull some cards and see what's going on in his current energy. And then what I want you to know is that if I do pull a card that indicates the future, it's the future, which is dependent on the current energy, okay? And that can change. And like Teresa said, there's free will, all right? So nothing is set in stone. You know, I'm not a fortune teller in the sense that, you know, I'm going to give you an absolute truth, like this is absolutely going to happen and that's it. Things can change, but I can tap into his current energy, which I'm doing right now. Okay, issues regarding children. You're thinking about the past. You're thinking very much about the kind of child that he was. And I can see that you're kind of saying to yourself, he's not the same child, you know, that I knew, that I raised when he was small. You're thinking a lot about, you know, when he was a baby and a toddler.
Can I say something really quick, Sean? I don't mean to interrupt you, Christian. What I'm feeling right now is that, like, you're feeling guilty, like something is your fault, and it's not your fault. You feel like you did something wrong, or things went sideways, and it's your fault. Like you're taking it on as your own. Your loved ones are making me feel that is not the case of not taking on that energy of that guilt. Sorry, Shana. So if you understand that, just say yes. And Shauna, go ahead. I didn't mean to.
No, sorry. No, don't be sorry. I also see that your son is being frivolous with money. So he's been blowing his money on something that he should not be blowing money on. So he's been making some bad choices in terms of just spending. I don't know what he's spending it on, but let me see what is like a blockage for him. What is it that he has to overcome? What is going on with him? Addiction, very ego-based. And please forgive me that I don't mean to judge anyone. I don't like to label anybody as an addict. I don't. However, I do see him very much caught up, that he's trapped, or he has a sense of feeling trapped. And this is something that he can get out of, but it's like a false sense of entrapment, okay? He wants to get out, but he thinks that he can't. He's experiencing very negative and fear-based thoughts. He's very focused on material things. He's very much focused on himself, and I don't mean to make him sound like he's an egomaniac. That's not it. I don't mean that at all. It's just that he is very focused on what's going on with himself right now. And that's kind of fueling those emotions and fueling his addiction. She says yes.
Yes. You know, and I have to say too, Christian, he's a good, your son's a good man. He's a good kid. He's a good, I want to say kid. I feel like he's younger than me.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I want to say kid. At the core, but he's also on his own journey. And we just don't know, like on a human level, we see things and go, oh my gosh, this sucks. Why are they doing this? But we don't know on a spiritual side what his soul needs as far as his journey in this life and what he's experiencing. Again, he's got free will, and there's things that we want to do to protect him. And sometimes we have to loosen the leash a little bit and let him learn his lessons. He needs to learn. And when I say lessons, it's not like it's a punishment. It's not that. It's not that kind of it's soul growth. He needs to go through this. It's his process to grow.
Absolutely.
But yet it sucks to see, you know, your son and, you know, going through a hard time or difficult time, and you're like, what are you doing? What are you thinking? But this is his journey right now, and he's a good kid.
Yeah, and I also see that he is a sensitive person, and this is one of the things that makes life difficult for him, because he is a very intuitive person. He's sensitive. He's actually very friendly, and he's very kind-hearted. like Teresa said, he's a good person. But and he might even be very empathic, where he soaks up all the negative energies from his environment or from the people around him. And that's something that, sure, like I could resolve that for him, right? I could give him advice, but he's not here. It's something that he needs to do on his own. Kristen says yes, very hard. I do see things looking up, in the sense that if he reaches out, things can really look good for him. But I do see that you need to have patience at this time. So things are looking up. If he can just kind of make that first step. That's how is he a water sign by any chance? Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I'm kind of getting that energy with him. A youthful energy. Yeah, and he might even be a little bit psychic too. You know, like he's got spiritual gifts that are waiting for him, but he doesn't know how to harness all that right now. You know, he doesn't know what to do with it. He doesn't know how to process all that. So, you know, he might be using substances in order to cope right now. So I hope you found that helpful, Kristen.
Yeah, so we will send anything else for her, Shana?
That's about it. Yeah, it's
Okay.
really, it's all about him and just reaching out and getting some help.
Yes. And so again, Christian, we send love to you, dear, and best wishes to you. So we're gonna do one more read, guys. So hang on. Real quickly, guys. Shana, where can we find you again?
You can find me at mysticmoon.vip, and that's for very important people. That's my website. There's all kinds of information there. You can book privately with me. I'm also on TikTok, and I do go live often. I'm Mystic Moon 91 on TikTok.
Awesome. Yay. That's right. TikTok.
So
It's the new thing, right?
I'm new to TikTok, and I think you are too. It took me a while to figure it out.
Yes. You can find me here on my business page, you know, on Facebook, as well as TikTok. I'm not like you in TikTok. I just started TikTok, so you guys can find me there, and also on Instagram. So, all right, we're gonna do another read, guys. So let's see. Are you okay, Shana? One more read.
Oh yeah, doing fine.
Let's see here. As I keep reading, it keeps scrolling up. Somebody had a really good question. I think it was Kevin earlier. Here it is. I'm an Aquarius, and I'm wondering, what can you see about my life that I need to know as a basis for the future? All right, Kevin. Kevin, are you still with us? I'm gonna make sure Kevin's, because some people dropped off. I want to make sure Kevin's still with us. Kevin, if you're still with us, just say hey. Hey.
Hi, Kevin. I hope he's still here.
Choppy chop, Kevin.
I've known
right.
so many.
Going once, going twice. I'm going to move on. Kevin, are you still here?
That's too bad.
Okay. All right. So I am moving on to. Oh gosh, it's moving so fast. Hold on, guys. I think her name's Adele. Will my brother be okay?
Oh, okay. All right, Adele. Will Adele's brother be okay? All right. So I'm going to try to tap into his energy. Adele. Let's see what's currently going on with him. All right. Looks like he's spending some time alone. I don't know why he's spending time alone. I can see that card is telling me that although he is spending time by himself, I do see that there's a sense of abundance there. So like his physical needs are being taken care of at this time. So in that sense, he is okay. But we all know that, working in the spiritual realm, just because your physical needs are being met does not mean your spiritual needs are being met. I see him as having sleepless nights. I see him as being very worried about something. He has a lot on his mind right now, and it's almost kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Do you know what that means? It's kind of like when you expect the worst, and then all that and negative energy can drag you down, and then bad things might actually start happening because of that negative energy that's surrounding. And so that's kind of what I'm seeing for him currently, and that's like his stumbling block right now. That's a challenge situation for him. However, in the near future, I have a very celebratory energy, and I see celebration. There could even be like a wedding, a graduation, or a birth announcement. But this is a card of emotional happiness and creativity. So things are going to work out for him, Adele. I just see him really going through a rough patch right now, and he's going to have to work through that, but he'll be okay.
All right, here she said he's newly widowed.
Oh, wife took full responsibility. Newly widowed. Interesting. She took full responsibility. I'm not quite sure that I understand that she took full responsibility. Like with all the tasks, like all the household tasks and just handling everything. And so now he kind of feels like he can't do it. I'm sure. Like if
I
he,
wonder if it's a sense of overwhelmment, just overwhelmed.
yeah,
So when you're overwhelmed like that, you're like, where do I begin? Jumped
yeah,
off the bridge.
yeah. And like I said, I do see his physical needs. Oh my gosh, how horrible. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Um, yeah, that's got to be so hard for him. And I do see like he's probably in a house, he's got like that stability in terms of finances, and like he's got a home and a bed to sleep in, and he's got food to eat and all that. But that's kind of like where it ends at this point in time. But it's going to work out, Adele. He will heal, and things are going to look up. This is a wonderful card to have in the future. So there's hope. There truly is. I hope that was
Yes.
helpful.
Okay, so she has a question, Adele, and I'll answer this, Shauna,
Yeah,
if you don't mind.
yeah.
Is the wife okay on the other side? Absolutely, 100%, Adele. I promise you. I promise you. Once we cross over, we shed the ego, the fear, the suffering, the pain. They are good, well, and safe on the other side. It's us here that has to go through the process, the grief, the hurts, the pain, all of that. They are good, and it doesn't matter how we get to the other side. Okay, because once we cross over, it's love. It's pure love and bliss on that side. So I'm so sorry for your guys' family. I can't even imagine. So anything else, Shauna, before we
I just want Adele to focus on the fact that, there will be a celebration. There is going to be a positive outcome eventually. Give it time. Oh, that's
wow.
awful. Wow. Well, an interesting card thing too is that the card indicated water, and it was also the number 3. And I feel like, that was also, a kind of confirmation as well. Even
Right.
though it's so sad, I do see a positive outcome regardless. Yeah.
We leave our love with you, Adele. We're so sorry.
Yeah.
So if you guys could send her some love. So all right, amazing job, Shauna. So thank you for coming. Thank you guys
Thanks.
so much for coming. And we're probably more than likely going to do this again. We just don't, we'll
Yeah.
surprise you.
Great.
Here's what you. So
You're
yeah,
welcome.
we leave. Yeah, we leave love with you, Adele. So again, you can find Shauna. She's mainly on what TikTok, right?
Yep, and I'm Mystic Moon 91 on TikTok, or you can check out my website, mysticmoon.vip, and I'll look forward to seeing and hearing from some of you.
Yes, and like I said, we'll probably be doing this again if you don't mind, Shauna. I think people really enjoyed it. So we thank you for coming on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. And again, you guys can find me here on Facebook, TikTok. I'm new on TikTok. I'm not like Shauna.
Well, I've got a teenage daughter who helps me figure all this stuff out.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's
And you
that's
can
the
also find me
key.
on Instagram. So I gotta, yeah, I have a dog that doesn't, I don't know. She doesn't teach me much.
Aw.
But again, you guys, thank you guys so much for joining us today. And you guys have a blessed, wonderful weekend. Bye bye.
Bye.